Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner, Albert Cameron. We talked about this last week. Austintown 12 and under softball is still going.
How about that? We were hoping we'd get a chance to talk about you next week. And today we're here, and they defeated Monterrey, Mexico team in the first round at Greenville, North Carolina. They're now going to move on and play the Southeast team from Salisbury, in the second round of the World Series. We hope again we talk about you next week, girls.
Way to go, you guys. How things have changed. When we were little, no girls, no little leagues.
Oh, no.
There was softball maybe, but no little league.
No tournament this big.
No, this is a big deal.
Yeah, I would think for teams that have been involved in it, they probably focus.
Yeah, no question.
To get there, like they
There's no accident.
They pick a team to get there and say, okay, we got one great pitcher here or two great pitchers.
Yeah.
Let's load up with this team best we can.
I was telling me that the other day, that Holdiesburg team I was telling you about, they were in the 12 and under. Well, now they're in the 14 and under, and they've picked up 3 guys.
A little better even.
Yeah, they knew what they had wasn't quite enough to compete. Now remember, they're competing nationally. They're not competing locally. We're way past local.
I would love to know the rules. I don't know. I know the rules in baseball. Mm-hmm. I don't know the rules. I figure softball's the same Little League World Series rules that go by population. You can't load up population-wise, and that's why Little League is so special.
Did you see? I've watched. These guys are amazing. They're on TV.
Yeah, I know. They put both of them on TV now.
I'm like,
it's amazing. That's where it's at also. Who would have thought? Mm-hmm. Like when we were growing up.
Some major league guy would go to Williamsburg for 2 weeks and call the games and enjoy it.
Yes.
No, you're right. Way to go. I hope they keep going all the way.
Talking about local kids who become a hero around here. Randy Gradishar inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I remember I was approximately 12 years old when they were talking about this great kid in Warren, Ohio. And he ended up going to Champion High School. And George, I didn't know till I looked it up. It was the first year of their high school. How about he went to Champion in 1966.
Okay.
The first ever Champion football team, 1960, he was a part of. Went to Ohio State, watched them play for Denver Broncos.
There's certain bad guys, like when I say bad in the good,
in a good way.
They play in the middle there, whether it be Butkus, Singletary, whomever. He was one of them.
Yeah, and he was partners in crime with Ricky Jackson and Tom Jackson.
Tom Jackson.
Yeah, and Tom Jackson, number 57. I know his number, but I think I was name wrong.
Got him, right?
But Tom Jackson is the one that came and presented the long time award to the Gradishar. So congratulations to.
We got to talk about
Randy
that.
Gradishar.
We got to talk about Ken. Steve McMichael.
Yeah, I've seen it many times. Source disease there is.
I've never seen. No, I remember him from wrestling.
Right.
Throwing guys around.
Wrestling, that's good.
Mongo, he was a dude.
Right.
I saw him laying in that bed the other day with those tubes. And I thank the Lord that he made it. He made it to his induction. And I looked and I thought, what a shame. This was a vibrant, huge, strong man.
Yeah, that ALS is...
No.
I've had one person I knew really well, and I went over to his house, and he was choking on his own spit because they have no control. Their muscles completely. No. And this is the sad part. He's watching Bonanza.
Okay.
You understand? The mind.
The mind's fine.
No, 100%.
That's
he's watching Bonanza, trying to get a little smile on his face.
And he couldn't.
But he couldn't even breathe. And
those guys all
think about you're dying like that.
No, they came to his house the other day. A bunch of his teammates. I saw them there.
Richard Dent. I saw Richard Dent
when they inducted him, and I thought to myself, "What in the world? Was it Lou Gehrig dead in a year or so? It was something quick."
Yeah. Oh, they live a lot longer now, but it's not. Okay. It's not a good life.
No. Remember the size of that man. I send you stuff on him once in a while.
He's a monster.
I am incredulous to look at the size of that dude.
Yeah,
he had 11 years in a row of 120 RBIs.
Lifting bales of hay.
Must have been.
Not lifting
no
weights.
Dumbbells.
Yeah, but good congratulations to Randy Gradishar.
Yeah, that's it's the highest honor you can get. Like they were saying to Steve, they said, this is the team you're on no matter what.
Forever.
You're an all.
I was really impressed with that when I saw that same film you did, George.
Yeah.
The wife.
Yeah.
The wife is all in
She's not the first one.
She's all in. You understand that?
Yeah,
All in.
yeah, it appears that way.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. His first one, she used to bring him into the ring, and then she left him, went with Stone Cold.
So this isn't the
Steve
same one, huh?
No,
Okay.
Blondie, cute, but
Okay.
well, it doesn't matter. She's there.
Right.
She's doing that.
Just being there for him.
Yeah,
Yes. Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You're 100,000,000% right. We have to start with the Olympics. You and I have had a lot of photo finishes in our day. Some went for us, some went against us. The guy's foot was in front, but Lyle's chest was there. And you know track because you coached it.
Worked hard on that, George. Super hard. And I would tell the kids, you never know when you're going to need this, especially in the sprint races. And the Olympics was decided by a guy who did not do it properly. If he did the proper technique, he'd have won. He put his foot across.
His foot was in front.
Yes. But Lyles put his chest, and Lyles thought he lost.
Okay.
You know, he said, oh, yeah, I saw him come, I saw him in front of me.
Okay.
And sure enough, when it came up on the board.
Now that looks like a harbinger to me. He wins it too because
He's
gets
winning
fast.
too easy.
Yeah. Does it look to you
Two's
like
his sport.
At 15, he
two's
was
his race.
last out?
Yeah, two's his race.
Let's talk about him.
He knew that too. He knows it.
Now you're the fastest guy in the world. That's what they call you.
Yes. Third fastest time ever.
And how about this? He won by 5 1,000ths. He didn't win by.
Oh, put that race on if you haven't seen it.
It is
I'm hoping you have seen
spectacular.
it. You could not pick him as the winner
No.
until it came up on the board.
No, I lost a few photos in my.
You
day.
know your photos. I don't think
do know my
I don't think
photo.
you could even pick
No,
that
because
one.
that's all the guy's foot.
Uh-huh.
You have to know the rule.
Right. Good
And
point.
when you look down, they're all so close. I think a tenth or two.
Oh, way
separated.
past. Well, yes.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Now, would you, if you won by 5 1,000ths, would you consider yourself the fastest
Oh, yeah.
dude in the world?
Oh, yes.
Because you are.
Yeah, you can't take it away
If
from
he
him.
wins the 200, then
Oh, he's going to win the 200 unless he pulls a muscle. He's winning the 200.
You like his nails? He paints
Yeah.
his nails.
I don't like that.
I wanted to get. I had to clarify, people. I knew the answer. I shouldn't ask the guy. I've known him so long. I know the.
Yeah, I don't think you like that
But
either.
I had that. No, I wasn't. No, I'm not a fan. I have to admit.
Sunglasses
That's
coming
my
into.
thing. Sunglasses at night, indoors. God bless America. Who started that? I'd like to find a
it
guy.
Beckham?
I'd like to find a guy that started that, and the guy that had to have a bottle of water every time he does something. God, it drives me crazy. All right, let's get back to the serious stuff. U.S. hoops are cruising. Let's just talk about that for a few minutes. I was wrong. I'm going to say right now, unless something happens in the quarters, I didn't see any deep. Of course, I didn't see Durant play either. I'll give myself a third of a bye because once Durant went in there, that game changed vigorously.
Yeah, they're not getting beat unless they shoot 17%. Yeah, they just have too much. Defensively is where they're really good. You know, their length.
Yeah, I didn't think they
No,
were.
no, they decided to start playing. That's why.
That's what it is, huh?
Yeah.
He
It's
said,
like the
"Look,
playoffs.
Look, we're making fools
It's
of
like the
yeah,
playoffs.
we can do this.
Yes, uh-huh.
All right, now let me ask you, so many stars. Here's my question. I like to ask you stuff like this. Obviously, it's an opinion, but you got a lot of years of watching
I love
basketball.
opinion. I love opinions.
Yeah. Could our second team win the silver?
No.
No way. Not now. You know what I thought,
No,
Al?
no.
I thought so, but I didn't think the competition, the way they handled Serbia.
I think that's how important Durant and James are to the team.
Okay, so you say like Canada. By the way, the
I think
odds,
something can beat them.
you have to lay 650 to 1.
I know.
I thought the big odds are Canada 8 back for 1.
Well, I just think I'm throwing away money, though.
Just throwing away.
Yeah,
You know,
I think.
I do.
I mean, I say just too good.
I plead guilty to that once in a
Remember,
while.
if it's so long a game that they might win a quarter.
Okay.
But the United States put a run on about 18-2. It happens all the time.
But what can you say? You can't argue that. Now we have a goat in the Olympics. Maybe 2 goats, female goats. What are they called? Billies or something. But here's all I do know. Katie Ledecky is a goat.
Yeah, simply. Yeah, her and Miles are the two goats.
We'll get her next.
And but Ledecky is so unbelievable. Most medals ever. And when she swims, you're thinking, is anybody going to be close?
No, it's like a shark or something.
You know.
I can't explain it. That day she was doing that commercial, she put that chocolate milk on her head.
She did.
And she looked faster than anyone I've seen.
Yeah, so she's definitely sensational. She had a close race in the 1500. I was surprised.
Okay.
And excuse me, 800. But she still won. She's just that great.
Now is a question. I have 2 questions. Can she do one more?
Oh yes, I think she can. She's in that kind of shape. So the change in the bodies are so different today. I watched swimming events from
When they put the one beside it in the black and white.
Yes.
That's pretty funny.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It is.
How about the ladies the other day? They ran the 100 meters under 10 seconds.
Yes, they do.
All right, now, the other goat, Simone Biles.
Yeah, she came back from a struggling mental problem.
Yeah.
And we don't know whatever happens in your mind. Somehow, some way, she was able to beat it.
They have a
come
name
back.
for that. When she got in the air, she got like the yips that a golfer gets.
Wow.
There's a name for it.
Wow.
Ghosts or I don't know what it is.
Whatever it is, right.
But what I'm saying is it's very similar to the yips on a golfer. You don't think you're going to land or
The mental. It's totally mental.
Sure.
Yeah, and she got that. She was able to come back and beat it because when she jumps in the air 11 feet 9 inches or whatever it is,
she's fine.
and it's hard to believe she could do that.
Did you see Brady? He was in the stands, and when she was jumping, he was like mesmerized. He was like,
Yeah, it is. It's hard to believe.
I've never seen. Now she's not going one more. She's
No, I don't think-
28.
She's done.
She's done.
Yeah.
You know, how about this though? A stinking Krauser. We have a real good kid that we followed from high school up, and he was fourth. He was the alternate. Krauser just won his third.
I watched it.
How big is he?
Oh, he's a monster. And his first throw went out there. He knew he had his very first throw. Nothing better than throw the greatest throw on your first
Wasn't
throw.
it past the yellow? They have those arcs.
That was
Wasn't it
72.
past the furthest
Yeah.
one?
Oh, yeah. That's the one.
And
they
they
put
didn't
out there.
throw again.
No, he threw again.
Okay.
He threw again because Kovacs almost got him.
Okay. Now let me ask you.
The two Americans.
Can he do a fourth?
No.
So this is
I think
it.
he's done.
So our boy has a shot.
Yeah, he has a chance to get in next time. Yes.
Oh, I'll be rooting for him.
Yes.
He's such a nice kid. Now, the Ledecky thing was funny. I swear to God, Al, she wasn't even dry. And the ACC had a big thing. ACC, Katie Ledecky, because Stanford's in the ACC.
How about funny that is?
They didn't waste a second. They were up on Twitter with a big ad. We congratulate our ACC, you know.
Stanford.
Yeah,
Women's the
Stanford.
ACC.
Well, no, the best one in the ACC. It could be Cal, it could be Stanford, it might be SMU.
They're all there.
I mean, we just looking up. Like, if you don't have a...
They claimed Stanford quickly, though, didn't
They
they?
didn't waste any time. Hey, if you don't have a program, or you don't have access to, don't bet college football.
Yes.
Because those quarterbacks... I looked the other day, they had a thing online, like the top guys for the Heisman and all. They're all somewhere else.
Yeah, we know that.
They're all transferred.
That's never changing either. That's out of the bottle.
So we lost.
Yeah.
And you'll like this. Al and I do a radio show, and my old coach listens. I talked to him, on the way home. He says, I just don't like it. He just does not like these guys.
My best friend was from Penn State
team.
forever. He was my best since the second grade. I talked to him the other day. He's Penn State fanatic, not just fan, fanatic. He said, I'm not fanatic anymore. He said, how can I be fanatic when I study the recruiting?
My best player played for Ohio State.
Yes.
Okay. No, he did.
Yes.
And he clearly chose them over you, too.
Yes.
Bad enough, but I just thought you would say that. Oh, okay. Bad look. Worst look. My old assistant. USA 3-on-3. I think the men did so poorly that it's going to force pros into the next one. Now, they have this thing there where you have to accrue points as you go to keep pros out of it. But it might be retired pros. Okay. Because this showing was embarrassing.
We're not ready for that. You said it going in.
No,
George called me that.
Yeah, but I didn't know it would be like that. They got murdered by Netherlands.
But these players they're not the best players.
No, Candy.
I have a feeling. I don't know this, George. I don't know 3-on-3 basketball.
Somebody better.
But those are the best players at the Netherlands. Okay. I'm saying they're three of the best.
Well, the other
15.
day,
these guys aren't three of our best.
The USA guys, those Serbs look great to me.
Are 100.
Those three Serbs, and they're not on the Serbian team. They were about.
That's what they concentrate.
They were about 6, 7, 6,
They concentrate
8
on
each.
3-on-3. They concentrate.
They can switch screens, but yet you can't post them up. They're not.
Right.
They don't have a Iverson.
Yes.
Because they'd post him up. It was quite impressive. I'll have to say it was quite impressive. I thought, this is just me, the results were so bad, you're going to see retired pros in the next
It could happen.
because they have to go around the world and acquire.
Now, do you think they can
points.
win? That's the question.
That Serbian team was good.
I don't think they would.
Okay.
I don't think they would.
No, I can't. Well, how, you know what I mean? It's, who knows? Now, let's talk Major League Baseball. Because sometimes, like, when we follow sports and everything, get so wrapped up, can they win? Can they get in the tournament in the basketball? in baseball, can they get into playoffs? Football, can they get a wild card? But the thing that sometimes we forget is life is going on while all these things happen. I'm watching one night, they said Freddie Freeman had to fly home. I'm thinking, oh yeah, here we. Then I find out his son is on a ventilator. Now, at that point, there is no baseball.
I think everybody falls for the same trick, whatever word you want to use for it, that they see them as only baseball players or only football players. You know?
Not human.
Yes, no, that's it.
Like robots.
Yeah,
Okay.
they just see them. That's all they do.
All right.
No, they do that for 9 innings, and then they become just like us, only with more money. But they still have to put their pants on, drive the car, call about their family,
Get the kid to school.
and more importantly, cry
Yes.
when something bad happens. And,
Yes.
And luckily, Max, I've been following him. Max is getting a little better.
Max is out. He's home.
Max is getting better. So that's, I don't know if he's out of the woods yet, but he's getting better.
I said, I looked at that.
And by the way, I watched film of him hitting the ball, Max.
Max knows how to hit the ball. He's like 4. He
Max
can
doesn't
pulverize
he doesn't hit the ball like a normal
No,
4-year-old.
I didn't think so. Best thing I ever saw on the internet, about 2 years ago, he was out with the old man Halloweeny. They're walking through the neighborhood, and here comes a kid in his shirt, Freddie's shirt. He said, and the kid, that was his.
That's funny.
That kid was, he won't forget that
That's good.
Halloween ever.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff we like to see. Like I told you the day that the U.S. team was coming out of down there when they were practicing, one guy came across the fence and signed, and it was Steph. And I'll tell you what, I thought it was a big deal.
To us, it is. Humility is so important to
Takes
us.
a second.
And most of these, I'm saying most of them, I can't say all, were given the ability to play, and they forget where it came from, and so they just walk right by, George.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why they. Now, I can understand if there was 1,000 kids there.
And so we
you
can't
can't.
do 'em.
You were there 4 hours.
Yeah.
I get that, but if there was about 5 or 6 kids. That's all. You could have took the time. Each one of you to stop.
You know what bugs me? 2 things. Knocking little kids out of the way for a foul ball in baseball. And guys like trying to get an adult trying to get an autograph at Steeler camp. Like by pushing little.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing?
I'd be
Hey,
crazed.
buddy. Hey, buddy.
I'd be
it's
crazed.
time to put your Steeler shirt in a drawer and just watch practice. Don't knock some 7-year-old. You know, a lot of those guys, the savvy ones, they won't sign for adults because they know they're selling.
Yeah, they also sign the ball in different places. You know, I've learned a lot about that. There's a sweet spot on the ball that that's the only place that's worth any money at all, and they will sign the other side of the ball on purpose.
Good for them. Good for them. Not a White Sox. I've seen that. No, wait a minute.
They're gonna break a record.
Yeah, I got to tell you about this. I knew they had a 20-game losing streak. What I didn't know was they had a 14-1 earlier.
I know they had the 14.
So that's 34 in a row.
Amazing.
Hey, I heard Ozzie.
It's hard to believe.
No, Ozzie Guillen. No, wait a minute. You know,
He speaks his piece.
But he's a character to start with.
Uh-huh.
So he said, they picked this guy over me. He said, it's gotten to the point it's made me mean. He goes, I don't want to talk to anyone but my grandkids.
As the manager, you mean?
Yeah. I said, what's that make me? He said, this guy. He said, I know I wasn't that bad. Oh, he was hilarious.
Yeah, and they got rid of some of their best players. Yeah. And so you're talking about a team that's not. Nobody saw that either. See, that's the best part. No one.
They weren't picked last
year.
time.
No, not close. No.
Wish we had them under.
My
you know,
they're going to break the record.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Mets are the
120,
record.
I think the record is.
Mets are the record, right?
I think it's 120.
42 and 120 or something.
That's what it is.
How about when you break the Mets record? And they were expansion team.
Yeah, they had all has-beens on.
They had an excuse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no excuse for this.
No. But
every day.
The guy's gone, right? I mean, the manager will be gone.
Every day. Hope so.
Well, the general manager.
Hope so.
Yeah. All right, now we have to look at our local teams. We do this every week. Cleveland 6-4 in the last 10, 23 games over 500.
Yeah, the Guardians, if they somehow, I don't know what the rules are, if they can still get a player.
Get them through waivers.
Yeah, they need one dominant pitcher, and then they could do some damage. They don't have the dominant pitcher right now. They will not do damage in the playoffs. I'll be shocked. Let's put it that way. You got to have one dominant pitcher to go out there, and but you're talking about a team that wins games in a variety of ways.
We have buddies.
It's the Guardians.
We have buddies that are Guardian fans. Quite a few.
They're in heaven.
And the thing that I know, now remember, I don't follow them as closely, but I follow them. If they need a hit,
they get it.
Now that sounds so trite, but it's not.
Well, the biggest thing about it is if you look at strikeouts in the league, they're down in the top 5 because they put the ball in play. And I know nobody wants to hear that.
Oh, you can't say that. No.
They put the ball in play.
How about imagine that, Al?
I know.
Guy tried to bunt yesterday for Pittsburgh with a bat like this.
And they said he was a good bunter.
It was perpendicular, like it would look like he was drilling for oil.
The announcer said they don't ask them to practice it. They don't ask them to bunt that much. And,
Well, guess what?
and I said, well,
No.
don't. Two things in my first thing I thought of mine though
Don't ask
is
him
our boy Sheldy.
Yeah.
Don't have him bunt.
Don't have him bunt
If they
for
can't bunt, don't bunt.
Now, you know, you man, we're going to get after him a little bit now, too. You and I have spoken about this. There are very few things to do anymore. They're all done the night
Right,
before.
right.
But one of them is managing your bullpen.
Yeah.
He get F-.
Yeah, he just.
What did Al say to me? Tell me, he said to me last week. I asked him.
Yeah, I called you. I said, there's a guy that really should not
Al
be
said, they
pitching.
gotta get him out of there.
I said, he has to pitch in the 5th or 6th inning right now
Yeah.
until he gets back to where he was.
Yeah, it's confidence. or
He's
whatever.
lost 3 games for them.
And I said, Albert told me this 3 games ago. I remember.
And they're professional.
I put it on Twitter. I said,
They have film on every guy.
I said, my buddy told me they got to get him out of high leverage. Boom!
3 times. That's 3 games you never get back.
Well, if we lose that thing by 1, I'm going to be upset.
It's going to happen.
I know. You hit it on the head.
Because they're going to pitch schemes 2 less games, and that's
That's
you know.
be the 2 we lose.
Yep.
by. Now, here's the thing. Pittsburgh, 1 game over 500. They went 5-5 despite giving. It's like giving games away. Now all of a sudden, who's coming in town? The Padres. They're bad dudes.
So is Arizona.
No, Arizona
That's what's
playing
sad.
great.
They thought the team is playing the best ball in all major leagues.
Yes.
Is Arizona. They seriously had a chance.
Yeah.
Not should have, but could have won all 3.
Since July, they're playing the best.
The best.
I
yes.
heard their manager was on today.
What do you have to say?
He said, what we decided, we had all those injuries early, said we wanted to keep it, reach distance by the All-Star game. He said, we're making our move, we're getting healthier. And he was talking about, how you just had to hang in there when things were going bad.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah, they did, though. They hung in.
Yeah, they lost Walker. I thought was going to be a big.
Yeah,
Then they get Bell, and he's had 7 home runs since the All-Star break. He's one of those guys that is a streaky hitter. Well, he was lousy. He's been lousy last 3 years. He's been lousy last 3 years.
And he couldn't throw.
Yeah. So this is just one of his streaks he's on.
Oh.
If you get him at one of those hot streaks.
You got it.
Yeah.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
You need about 6 to play to the back of their baseball card and 2 to play like it isn't them. Another good performance by Skeens.
He was not sharp at all.
He was not sharp,
and
but
that's
he
what
left
worries
with
me.
2 runs.
But it's worrying me that
They got him.
it might be catching up.
Now, let me ask this.
His
Is it fatigue
control,
or knowledge?
That's what I'm worried about. No, his knowledge is too smart.
No. Their knowledge of him.
No. He just didn't throw strikes.
Okay.
He did not put the ball over the plate like he normally does, and there's nothing worse than not having good control. That's the difference between AAA and pros, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
They got stuff in AAA.
Oh,
they can't throw the ball where they want to.
You're not kidding.
Yeah.
You're not
His
kidding.
control was really bad.
A lot of good races, and the added wild card makes 5 teams fight for 6 or 3 fight for
Yeah, I can't even keep track of it.
Yeah.
I think
have it pretty much in my head who's
there's
doing
so-
what.
there's
You
so
know
many
who's-
teams.
You know who's, they don't mention them because they gave several of their players away. Tampa. They're over 500 also.
I know, but are they in the wild card race?
They're not out.
But they're way down
they've
there.
given
aren't they?
up.
Yeah, I think they've been 2 or 3 games or 2 or 3 under over all year.
Yeah.
They're not terrible.
Looks like, but what I'm saying is,
But I think Boston, Minnesota,
It
and
looked like the front office gave up, but they did it.
oh no,
Well, Yankees Baltimore got
this
one.
is their style.
No, Yankees Baltimore got one.
Yeah, and
Automatic.
so that puts the other Minnesota in there, and
Minnesota.
probably Boston.
Yeah, Boston. Oh no, they're Boston.
Yep.
They're winning the South. NFL 1 preseason game. Why bother? We've talked about it. It was bad when there were 4. Now there are only 3. And Soup Boy for the Rams 1 year didn't play anybody and won it all. So guess what the copycat league does?
They do it all the time.
Nobody
If it's
plays.
successful, they'll try to use it.
That's what happened exactly. The salaries, if for you guys that aren't fans, the salaries are so high that risking an injury is not worth it to them.
Oh yeah, that's what they'll say. And then I watched the first game,
Sloppy.
and every first game stinks so
Can't
badly.
tackle.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. What would you do with rookie quarterbacks who don't?
You have to get them in there, Al. I said.
You think they might play them? I'm going to say no.
I would say at least a quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Like somebody.
But I'm saying a quarter's for me not even playing.
That's like that's like being in a battle. Like there's going to be some bullets. You better get used to the bullets.
For a quarter, though, why would I waste a quarter?
I know.
If you're going to play them a quarter.
Hey, Thursday night football last week. There's a Thursday night game till January.
That makes you heaven.
I got something to do. The steal of the thing looks like the Browns to me, 8.5.
How about that?
Looks like theft to me.
In their league, I can never say that. But I know one thing.
They could go 0-5, 0-6,
Easily.
or 6-0. Yeah, in that league.
In that league, somebody's getting beat. I don't know who's getting beat, but somebody's getting beat.
I'm a big Cincy guy, too. Pittsburgh is a big choice in Vegas, the over.
That's because they're over 500 every year.
Yeah.
But the odds are not good, George. That's the difference.
No.
You can take them, but you're gonna pay almost 2 to 1.
You have to be a rich man to lay 9 to 1.
Yeah.
That's for sure. You have to be a rich man. Pittsburgh, few scrums last week. The boys are getting antsy. They want to hit somebody else.
For real. They want to play for real.
Yeah,
and
that's
they do.
what this week. I assume whomever they play, like the Texans, maybe they'll get together a day or two before.
Usually what they do. That's a good point, George. What they do is if you're playing somebody in preseason, they play more real game.
Yeah.
On Thursday they do on
a better game
Saturday.
at St. Vincent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truth.
They need to hit somebody new. It's that simple. Now, here's what we do have around the corner. NCAA football in 3 weeks. Week 0 is August 24th, people. That's 3 weeks away. Now, everybody plays the 31st.
That's the first real week.
Everybody plays.
So that's the first real week. Okay.
Remember, I'm telling you guys that like the game, and many of you do, check the rosters. The portal has made college football into a scramble. If you're not familiar with the rosters, I say rosters, because these coaches have coaches. We had the Slippery Rock coach on the other day. Now remember, this is little D2 Slippery Rock. Right. He has a coach that scours the portal 24 hours a day.
Daily. So he has to wake up, check the second. They got 16 at Slippery Rock. 16 new players. Yeah. Just think what the other teams have. Jeez, oh man.
What do you think they got? Well, how about Ohio State? The kid plays there, Fleming, and now he's going to play for Penn State, who he snubbed in the beat. See, I'm not big enough.
I know, you wouldn't do it.
Tell him stay away. No. NCAA hoops. No word out of Duke. This Cooper Flack. Now, I know he's good. I saw him play against the NBA Olympics. Could he play a game first? Before we put him in, where do they put him? Naismith, Hall of Fame. Could he play a game?
Well, my grandson knew about him in 7th grade.
Told me about him.
In 7th grade, he said, Papa, the flag kid, watch him. He's going to be the best ever. And he's not. I watched him. Because he put him on, he can really shoot it for a big guy. You know,
I saw him go around guys and dunk it.
If you can shoot it for a big guy.
But that's Duke practice. Hey, by the way, Doug Gottlieb, I'm watching. I'm telling you right now, I'm watching. When you come play at Youngstown, I'm watching. You bet your mouth does a lot of talking. We'll see how you coach with zero
he's saying
experience.
Big guys could not start for us. That's what he's telling people. Yeah. Big time program. I said, hey, Doug, you're putting yourself behind the 8 ball here, Buster.
Remember, there were 2,000.
By the way, he taught shooting.
No, he couldn't. No.
And he's one of the worst shooters you ever saw.
Couldn't make a foul shot.
I know.
No, he couldn't make a foul shot.
Yes, I know.
Hey, the new kickoff rule, not getting rave reviews. How's Al see it?
Oh, my.
I'm sorry for asking. That's my own fault. Eventually, they're just going to kick it out of the end zone starting the third.
I wouldn't even kick it anymore. That's the rule.
You're saying there was a union.
They said they couldn't do that. Okay.
Well, you know why? They want roster spots.
Gotcha.
No, that
has to be the answer. I just said, start the ball on the 30-yard line. Let's go.
By the way, Brady will be in Cleveland the first weekend of 420. He has the Cowboys and Browns game, so you never know. Oh, by the way, last thing to talk about, Mr. Irrelevant. Have you seen that dude lately?
No.
He must have broken into somebody's weight room and decided not to leave. Purdy, he's huge.
Purdy got big, huh?
Yeah, Purdy's going to be Mr. Relevant. How's that? Hey, thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.